big rock don't stay at the stone, should I say? Don't stay at the power arrow. See here, it's a bit darker. They brought some soil back to the field here, and I spread it about. And there's been quite a bit of water hanging just here, so it doesn't really dry much. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as it is in that corner. But we're on the home straight, so next job we're gonna dump the drill out. And change varieties, so recalibrate the drill. Ready to go do all that. I'll probably won't start drilling that today. I'll see, it's 5 o'clock now. Probably could get at it tomorrow morning. Should get that drill tomorrow. I'll probably go on ploughing, take over from Dad, and have a good old go at that this evening. So you'll see a bit more ploughing shortly, hopefully. Quite satisfying to see that. Back on the plough this morning. Finished up drilling that headland last night. Dad made a start on this. He's got a fair old bend in it, just up with this electric pole. He's been ploughing along in line with that hedge. It's got a good curve, so no straight lines today. So we're back on the drilling again, off the plough. Had to take the plough back down home earlier because I had a hydraulic oil leak. I had to go and change a couple of pipes that adjust the hydraulic ram that changes the width of the front furrow. And I've just been down home and got a bit more feed. Making good progress across here. It's a little bit damp, you can see it's picking up a little bit. Not too bad, not as bad as it was on that rake ground when we started off. But it's going in quite nicely. It's a bit there that drops out when you pick the drill up. There's a seed. Yeah, bury that. A little bit cloddy, but this drill does tend to leave it like that. The clods aren't sort of pushed down into the ground, and the packer just consolidates the soil in a bit of a row, and then the coulter behind, twin disc coulter, just goes and plants into that consolidated soil. It's sprung and depth is controlled by the press wheel, so it's quite a good system. Follows contours quite nicely, but it does leave it looking a bit rough. So the GPS is still doing its thing. It's pretty close, I think, even though we're going across the furrows, so it's having to work quite hard to stay straight. It's a bit wobbly, so our planning's not perfect. But yeah, on the whole it's not too bad. It's starting quite nicely over there. So, second sort of round at thoughts with the Kubota. Still pretty happy with it. Don't think the cab's too noisy really. The engine does give out a bit of a howl, there's a bit of a whether that's something to do with the EGR or not the EGR, the particulate filter. Yeah, that's just, you might have heard, that's just kind of wound down. Now you can just hear the engine and the fan from the drill going. Yeah, it's not too noisy really. So kind of the John Deere's, when it's running the drill, going at kind of 2000 revs, is a little bit more sort of high pitched, but I think that's probably down to the slightly smaller capacity engine. Some sort of chunks of it. There, the noise I was talking about, that's picked up again. Don't need that anymore. Somebody asked me in the previous video, left a comment, asking about seed rate, going in about 180, 190 kilos per hectare. I hope. I've been having a bit of trouble with the drill. It does seem to put it on a bit thicker than I calibrated at. But yeah, that kind of ballpark. And they also asked with regards to how jumpy the gearbox is when changing up on the road and I think in the field. Well, it's not too bad. I think the only power shifts I've driven otherwise, from what lately anyway, are Massey's, the Dyna 6 gearbox, and little baby Massey with Dyna 4. From memory they were pretty jumpy, but what I will say about this, it's probably no worse than that. On the whole, going up the road, it's quite smooth. There's a little bit of a delay between ranges. It does sort of just take a little bit of time to change between ranges, but otherwise it's not too bad. The only time we have encountered any sort of jitteriness, which was actually quite severe, was when we had the flat lift on this on the potato ground. That was pulling quite hard, and changing up whilst in quite a high gear, it did jolt a little bit. However, Jamie, who was out with me yesterday, and the mechanic who came out to do the 50-hour service on the tractor the other day, both said it's probably possible to recalibrate the gearbox to kind of improve that and smooth it out. I think there are some controls here, but they're not sure what that one does. I think that's something to do with it. So I should probably have a look in the manual and find out what that is, and that's kind of the aggressiveness when you've got it in auto mode. Probably have that in there, but that's for auto. We're not in auto. I'm actually looking at this now. I think that is the aggressiveness of the change of direction, so when you put it into reverse on the shuttle. So I think that's just delaying it, nothing to do with the gear changes. And that, I think, actually was part of the question that I was asked. So yeah, how aggressive it is forwards or backwards, I'm not sure. I think it depends how you've got that adjusted. Yeah, I'll have a look when I get up the top end. Any other questions on Jim's farming, any aspect of it, drilling, anything like that? Feel free to ask and I'll try and answer your question. I've had a few questions on OpenAg GPS. I'll try and point you in the right direction if I can, but I've been a bit busy, so quite difficult to dedicate too much time. I should have a bit more time now coming into winter to help people out if they require. So I've got a few revs on, but if I go for reverse, it's not too sudden. I can swing that to the other end. Oh Christ, yeah, that's a fair bit more aggressive. Yeah, so that's aggressiveness of the direction change. Good for shaking the seed about in the drill. So I thought I'd just take the opportunity just to come and have a look at the oats. Did come and have a quick look at them yesterday. Did film a bit of that on my phone, but just to see how they were looking. And they were poking up yesterday, but then we got a nice bit of rain. They've really got going. You can see there. I don't know why the drill just leaves the join a bit messy. You can see there the spacing's about spot on. Now that's coming up. No, it's a bit wavy across this field. I didn't have the steer settings quite right, and the ploughing being a little bit rough. Dogs are having a great time. It was sort of jiggling about a bit, but it's not too bad. Just a few little wiggles. You probably can't see because of the sun. Yeah, so the joins are a bit messy. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Going up nicely. Have a look at the wheat. Oh, we got a bit of wheat here. Yeah, a couple of days. Start seeing this coming up in the rows. See there? Get in there. And see a bit of a green tint down across there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching Jim's farming, and if you've got any more questions about the Kubota, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer, but sort of to conclude, it's very happy with it with the drilling. More than managed our drill. It's, you know, for the price point, I mean, I don't think it's far behind our John Deere, really. So yeah, feel free to give me a like if you want to stay updated with my videos. Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you soon.